Good morning. We're looking a little rough this morning. I don't have my microphone or my camera, but it is going to be a rainy day here in San Diego, unfortunately. So before the rain comes, I decided I would take Indy out to get some fresh air, go for a little walk. It's not raining yet. We have like a little bit of time before it rains. So I thought I would just come out here and let my tea cool down, and then after Indy gets her walk and we get chilled to the bone, I'll sit and journal and do some reading in the van. And I didn't get much editing done because I made a lot of new friends yesterday, which is great. So instead, I'm gonna get a lot of work done today since I'm not gonna be able to just sit outside and rot and read a book for like 2 hours, 3 hours. This is the view right now. I think it's so cool that there's someone living in like all those rigs. Getting all the sniffs in. A sea lion. Wow. Look at him. There he is. Just swimming. Oh my gosh. Comes out, they just disappear. What we needed and wanted and stuff. Welcome back to the Community Beehive. My name is Bee and I'm currently living full-time in my built-out Ford Transit van, parked up in cozy San Diego for a while. This morning is slow and drizzly, which means it's a perfect excuse to stay in the van and make one of my all-time favorite comfort meals, biscuits and gravy. It's one of those recipes that feel like home. Everyone in my life knows it's my go-to, and mornings like this just call for something warm and nostalgic. After breakfast, it's time for a little van maintenance, but not the kind you'd expect. My long-haired cat is fully shedding right now with the change of seasons from spring into summer, so I've been brushing her daily, sometimes twice a day, right here in the front seat. It's one of those real parts of van life that's not always cute, but definitely necessary if you don't want to be buried in cat hair. So today, it's breakfast, shedding, and soaking in the simple joys of a quiet van morning by the coast. Talked about how it's supposed to be a really windy morning today, and it is. And I just de-shedded my cat, and then I just cleaned my area. It is so windy in here that I rolled down the windows to like air out the cat hair. And normally I do this on my own, but this is definitely great. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like all the cat hair is getting shoved out and I'm so here for it. It's been so windy today, I figured why not cleanse the space while nature does her thing. I lit a little incense to bring some calm into the van while I got my crockpot meal started for the day. I know I just made breakfast, but this one's easy. I tossed in some chicken, seasoning, and a little water, and some chopped potatoes. I'll throw in a bunch of veggies too. It's the kind of meal that just simmers in the background, filling the van with delicious smells while I go about my day. This is one of my favorite van life cooking hacks, meals that cook themselves while you live your life. And the best part is there's always leftovers for another day. While that's doing its thing, I'm making a little morning coffee with some sweet breakfast treats to hold us over. Then it's time to tidy the van, take out the trash, and get rolling for some errands. On the list today, a quick shower at Planet Fitness and a trip to the laundromat to wash all our clothes. The not so glamorous but very necessary parts of this lifestyle. It's just another day of real life van living. Soft, simple, and filled with small routines that keep everything flowing. Hello and welcome back to another day in the van. So right now we are currently at the cutest laundromat ever. It is so cute and so clean, and I just really appreciate cute little laundromats. If you hear a whirring sound, Alan is charging his e-bike battery, so I apologize if you can hear it whooshing in the background. I don't know where it went. I can't find it. This morning we woke up with a pink notice, but I think everyone did where we were parked, And I've made friends with a lot of the nomads that are parked in that area because of my friend Jordan. They are originally her group of friends, and she was kind enough to add Alan and I to the group chat, and I got to meet a couple of them, and they are so sweet. Some of them moved to a different park. We decided not to because I was making a crockpot dinner, and I just didn't really feel like moving. But they say to move like every 72 hours, so I guess we'll be bouncing back and forth between the parks. Today we went to Walmart. We did a Walmart run, but this Walmart was so strange and compact and tiny, and I didn't get any footage of it because honestly the whole experience was very stressful. Just the layout was very, very odd for a Walmart. It was very small. I drove to a couple of different laundromats, but like everywhere here in this little part of San Diego where I'm at, it was like too small for me to park my van. Luckily we found one finally that is big enough for us and is also really, really cute and very, very clean. Right now I'm making a little snack. I have some apricot jam, and then I have these little pieces of hard charcuterie bread. So I'm gonna put some apricot jam on it, and then I'm also going to add some prosciutto, and then I also have some goat cheese with blueberry vanilla on it. This is that blueberry vanilla cheese. I've never tried it. It says that it's gluten-free. I don't remember where I got it because I shop at all the different grocery stores. It just depends on what's close to me, and so honestly I don't remember. I think it might have been Walmart, honestly. And then I do know that we got our prosciutto from Walmart. Another thing that I have done in the past is like using salami. Love salami, but we're just running low on salami, and the Walmart that we went to, it was so small, like it didn't even have like a meat department, and we like to get our salami sliced. Today started off gloomy, but the sun is now out, which is good for everyone. It was kind of drizzling, cold, and dreary when I took my shower when we were going into the Planet Fitness, but when I left the Planet Fitness, it was so sunny. Like the sun was on my face. I was like, ah, incredible. It was literally like I time traveled in my shower. And no shade to this Planet Fitness, but it was so gross and so smelly. Absolutely disgusting. I did steal this from a restaurant. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna put a little prosciutto, and then I'm gonna put some of the blueberry goat cheese, and then I might even put a pistachio on top. That could be fun. I have this jar of pistachios. I will come back with the final product. While my laundry was finishing up, I treated myself to a little DIY charcuterie board. Just something simple to snack on while we waited out the spin cycle. Running errands on a rainy day always sounds a little romantic, but in reality, it took a lot longer than I expected. It wasn't quite the peaceful, slow day I'd envisioned, but it was still one of those little life things that needed to get done. By the time we made it back to our park-up spot, the day was nearly gone, so I slipped into my nighttime routine. I start with an oil cleanser to melt off the day, followed by a gentle coffee bean exfoliant to refresh my skin. Then I use a toner, my favorite cactus lotion, and a little all-natural moisturizer to lock it all in. I boxed up my crock-pot meal, and the day came quietly to an end. The forecast says tomorrow is going to be rainy too, so I'm planning a slow start. I'll see you in the morning, coffee in hand, van windows fogged up, and the soft sound of rain as our background music. So yesterday I got this new coffee creamer, and it is with cinnamon, honey, and something else. I forgot now. But I also put some cinnamon on top with caramel and whipped cream. It's so delicious. It is a super gloomy morning. Cindy D has to go potty, and my baby girl has to go potty. I'm gonna let you go really quickly, and you're gonna come back for a cookie, okay? This is what I do when I'm lazy and I don't want to get out. It's raining, I don't want to go outside. Such a good girl. Alright, Cindy, ready? Come on in. Want a cookie? That is my good girl. have the last bit of the waffles. No more waffle cookies. You ate them all. Before I get started, do you want your breakfast? Yeah, of course. After a slow start to the day, potty breaks, breakfast for everyone, I finally settled into my morning flow. My spiritual routine is simple but sacred. A little bit of journaling, a few pages of whatever book I'm working through, and some quiet moments just to sit and be with myself before the day really begins. But once I was finished, we jumped into the driver's seat of the van and headed to Best Buy. I didn't plan on getting anything, I really just thought Alan was grabbing something for himself, but then my partner completely surprised me with something I've been dreaming about for a long time. It caught me off guard in the best way, and honestly, it made my whole week. I'll show you what it is in just a second. The newest GoPro, the Hero 13 Black Creator Combo. When I tell you this has been a dream device of mine for so long, I grew up in Florida where water is everywhere. Springs, lakes, and of course, the ocean surrounding the state. I actually had one of the very early GoPros growing up, one of the second models they ever released, and if you had one back then, you know the tech was just getting started. The footage was grainy, the sound was rough, but it was still magic to me. After that, I didn't really invest in another one for a while, and then I recently stuck with my DJI Osmo Pocket 2 for a while, and then upgraded to the Pocket 3 when it came out with the vertical and YouTube recording modes. But here's the thing, those cameras are amazing, but they're also fragile. I'm constantly traveling through places that are wet, windy, dusty, or chaotic, and bringing a gimbal camera into those environments just isn't always safe. So more and more I found myself reaching for my iPhone, not because I wanted to, but because it was the only thing that could survive the moment, which made documenting my realist adventures really difficult. So this GoPro combo is going to change everything. I finally have something durable enough to come with me on the wild days, the hikes, the rain, the beach, the muddy trails, all the things I couldn't record before without risking damage to my gear. It's waterproof, rugged, ready to go, and I already ordered a floaty bumper and a grip handle so that when I make it back to Florida, I'll be able to take it swimming in the springs too. Sadly, California's water is just a little too cold for me right now, but I couldn't wait to unbox this for you and really put it to the test. The rest of this vlog is going to be filmed entirely on the GoPro Hero 13, so you can see exactly what it looks like out in the wild. Let's go make some memories together. The last bit of this vlog, I am going to be recording on my new GoPro. I'm absolutely excited to see how this footage turns out. I'm used to recording on my gimbals, so that really stabilizes the footage. And there are so many different types of lenses and shots that I can get with this camera, depending on if I want it wide lens or if I want it to be regular or fisheye. And then I also have a light on top of it, which is really bright. There's about 3 different settings. So after the nighttime set in these clips, I kind of wanted to see what it looked like when it was on low light. I wanted to see what it looks like when it was on high light. I also have an AC running in the van, and then I have this air purifier right next to my kettle, and you can see it in the background of this clip. It makes a lot of noise, so normally when I'm recording I turn it off, but I kind of just wanted to see what it would organically look like if I were to just pick up the camera and not prep my space by turning off the AC or turning off my air purifier. And I recorded our dinner, and then I also recorded a little tidbit of my morning, because something that I really enjoy doing is making vlogs and vlog style and just kind of taking you through what I'm doing. This content for me feels realistic, it feels organic. I'm constantly recording in all different types of climates, whether I'm in my van, whether I am outside of my van and the wind is blowing. So I just kind of wanted to test out the microphone, test out the camera features, and do what I would normally do with my DJI and see what I need to adjust. And what I've learned so far is that when I'm walking or doing action shots, it is a little bit more shaky and not as stable, but that's to be expected because, like I said, there's no gimbal. But I really do love the crisp quality of the camera when I am just setting it up and recording. So we're gonna enjoy the rest of today with my camera, and we're gonna test it out and see what it's like. First thing in the morning, normally I break out some water, my journal, cards. I let my dog go to the restroom. I give everyone a little bit of love, and I love vlogging or documenting my mornings because I'm capturing in the moment stuff of what I do every day. And then it also keeps me off my phone because I can just pick up my camera, I can record whatever I'm doing, and not going on my phone is a way that I practice mindfulness in the morning. It's how I get my brain primed and ready for the day. As a creative, I've learned that when I am consuming over creating, it really hinders me as an artist and it makes me feel very overwhelmed. So every morning I love to write 3 full pages in my journal. If you are an artist and you haven't read The Artist Way, I highly recommend. This is a full brain dump for me in the morning. And once I've given myself some probiotics, some water, I've journaled, I've gotten my mind set right and all acclimated to all of the things, programming it the way I want it to be programmed versus letting whatever's on my phone program my mood. I feel as if this is me programming myself. And then I reward myself with a coffee. I bounce between coffee and tea in the morning. I've noticed when it's really cold outside, I prefer coffee just to give me a little energy boost. And then during the summertime, I may have a hot tea early in the morning, but I like tea because I can steep it and then I can put it on ice. And then I have a morning beverage. I feel no matter what I'm doing in the morning, having a morning beverage is my favorite little ritual that I do. And if you're not saying affirmations into your morning beverages, you are missing out. I speak into my water, I set intentions with my coffee, I set intentions with my food, I offer gratitude for them fueling and nourishing my body. For me personally, I just can taste the magic when I do that. So every morning I like to follow this little routine, and practicing mindfulness every morning really just helps me embrace where I'm at and enjoy where I'm at, because the view that I'm looking at every single morning is pretty different, especially because I'm living on the road and constantly traveling. Being able to just relax in my front seat without my phone, without being distracted, giving my animals the attention that they deserve, I feel like I can fully get myself ready to bust open my laptop and get to work. And I love to do some creative work in the morning, but I normally can't do creative work until I have done my morning routine. And then after that, I feel so great. I feel so ready for the day. Like I have given myself time, I've poured into myself, and now it's time to pour into my creative endeavors. But of course, at some point in time, you're gonna have to use the restroom. So this is our morning walk. We are parked next to a place with a bathroom that opens in the morning, which I am so grateful for. And today I am going to be doing a lot of editing and a lot of work. So I am very excited to bust out this footage and see what it looks like. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Hopefully it'll be a full GoPro vlog. We just got to see how the footage turns out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed a little glimpse into van life, and I'm really excited for the adventures that we're going to be able to go on now together with the new GoPro.